Hi, I'm Steven,
I'm Will.
and this is a behind the scenes look at S&W Cover Duo preparation for our performances. Here with us is.
Of course, here with us today is Rachel.
And yeah, let me just.
And here we have Rachel
Yep.
on with us today.
Today we will be working on a new song called Lost Boy.
Roof B.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get started with warm ups.
Awesome. All right. So, Will and Steven, I'm going to have the two of you warm up together. And like the last time that the three of us all worked together, we focused on blend, right? And listening to each other.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, awesome. So let's tune our ears into that type of thinking, right? And that type of work before we work on the song. So we're going to start together. And let me know if you have any issue hearing me. We're going to sing ooh, ooh, ooh. Good. So when you guys sing together, remember, you're going to breathe together before you sing. So let's try that first. Can
Is it
we?
gonna be? Sorry, is it gonna be both of me and Steven sing both do the ooh at the same time?
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to sing at the same time. So how about we try first taking a breath together, right? So you're going to kind of get a little bit of eye contact with each other and take a nice breath together.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? And ooh, ooh, ooh. Excellent. Let's try here. So I'll sing first and then you two will sing together.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Breath. Good. Nice. Let's try here. I'll sing first. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Breath. Very nice. And as you get more comfortable singing this warm up, see if you can more and more listen to each other.
Yeah.
Let's try here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That was excellent. All right, let's do one more. And then we're going to work our way back down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's work our way.
Sorry, I kind of sang when you sang. I didn't
Yeah,
mean to.
same here, same here.
That's okay, right? Also, kind of working together over the internet can be tricky too. So you guys are doing great. Let's try the same thing. I'll sing first. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Breath. Great. I'll sing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. One. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Excellent. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Really good, guys. Ooh, ooh, ooh. One more. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Very good. We're going to do just one more exercise and then we're going to get to the song. We're going to do the same thing, except this time we're going to sing, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good job listening to each other. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
One more. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very nice. Can you tell that from the beginning of our warm-ups to the end, the improvement of singing with each other and being with each other and blending?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome, you two. Very nice work. Okay. How do your voices feel? Do you feel warm or do you feel like you want to do one more warm-up?
Probably we're good. I know Will has to leave in
Oh, yeah, that's
10
right.
minutes.
Rachel, I have to kind of leave at like 5:35. I didn't tell you that before, but
That's okay. So let's get to the song. All right. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to have you two sing through it once first.
okay.
Okay? And then we'll kind of pull it apart.
I only I know my parts, but we haven't really practiced it together before.
Okay. So do we know whose color is which?
We know that Steven's is red and mine's blue and gold is both.
Awesome.
As always.
Yeah, as always.
Terrific. So let's have a sing through, right? It's our first time singing it together. There might be mistakes. That's okay. That's why we rehearse.
Yeah.
Awesome. So whenever you're ready.
Well, can you do the scrolling?
Yeah.
A little technical difficulty. We can't hear the track. We cannot record the lyrics. That's why, because we have the music on the same thing. So our viewers will not be able to see the lyrics, but it will be fine.
Always on the run from.
Okay, wait.
There was was a time when I was alone, nowhere to go and no place to call home. My only friend was the man in the moon, and even sometimes he would go away too. Then one night as I closed my eyes, I saw a shadow flying high. He came to me with the sweetest smile, told me he wanted to talk for a while. He said, Peter Pan, that's what they call me. And you'll never be lonely. And ever since that day, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored, we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me, away from all of reality. Neverland, boys like me are free. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. He sprinkled me pixie just dust and beautiful, beautiful and me. Together we will fly away in a cloud of green to beautiful destiny as we soar above the town that never loved me. I realized I finally had a family. Soon enough we'd reach Neverland. Peacefully my feet hit the sand, and ever since that day, Stephen, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored, we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me, away from all of reality. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. Neverland, lost boys like me, and lost boys like free. Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Wendy, Darling, even Captain Hook, you are my perfect storybook. Neverland, I love you so, you are now my home sweet home forever, a lost boy at last. Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, Wendy, darling, ever Captain Hook, you are my perfect story. Neverland, I hope you never with lessons. And for always, I say, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored, we play in the woods. And Captain Hook, run, run, lost boy, they say to me, away from all of reality. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free.
Good. Nice work. Very nice work. Awesome. So I know that Steven has been singing this song for quite some time, right? I think you first learned it like what was it, like a couple years ago, Steven?
No.
Was it 1 year?
I've heard it before, but really started like with the learning the lyrics about a month or so ago.
Oh, because I thought I've heard you sing it at the at Able Day sessions.
No. I think there were similar songs, but it wasn't this one.
Okay,
Or it was a different group,
cool. Okay, so I want to take a look at the chorus.
which is the gold parts.
Yeah, the gold parts, because those are the parts we sing together. And can you remind me, are you going to be performing this song?
It's going to be going on to our Facebook and YouTube.
Cool. And when,
Maybe our production team's Twitch.
cool. And are you using this recording or are you going to make another recording?
No, it's going to be a separate one. This is just a behind the scenes.
Okay, cool.
But-
Awesome.
This will be going up as a behind the scenes.
Cool. So when are you going to be making the recording?
Once we feel solid on everything.
I love that plan. Very good. Okay, so what I would recommend for learning this song is just repetition, right? So, as much as you can, since it is a new song, to listen to it, right? So, I would first listen to the song. Then I would try two different things. Sometimes you'll hum along with the song. Sometimes you can speak the words along, right? So we're kind of separating the words from the melody. So one way to practice it is to just listen, right? So you listen first, then you can hum along while
Yeah.
listening, and then you kind of speak the words.
All right, Rachel. I have to head out, but it was nice to have a Zoom call. But I
Yeah.
look forward to seeing you for music next time.
Yeah, I have it scheduled for every other week.
Cool. Okay.
Sorry, I'm gonna head out. It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Nice work. Have fun practicing the song, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. I'll send Carrie the link. Okay. But I do want to. Yeah, it's a tricky door. The next time an SMW practice is scheduled for is in every other week. So not next week, the week after. Yeah. And now we can work more on like my solos, so we can still make it into for
Yeah.
the song. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I'm remembering now, I think the song I was thinking of was the one about family.
Oh, the one from Better Nate Than Ever.
Yeah. Yeah. So I have to say, you learned this very quickly, Stephen.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah. I had heard it before. Like,
Yeah, I think one other participant of day sessions sang it. Or another group.
so it wasn't this year.
No, it wasn't. You're right. It was last summer. But very impressive how quickly you learned it.
I didn't even remember it from day sessions. I just,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's super cool. So good job. Just wanted to say really nice job learning this song. I would love then. First, I want to ask, is there a section of the song that you want to work on more than another section? Maybe a section that is harder to sing because it goes really high or really low, or a section that's confusing musically,
So
like rhythmically. What do you think?
the parts that it goes like, oh, where is it in the lyrics? One sec.
Mhm.
For
There was a time when I was alone, nowhere to go and no place told me he won't. He said, Peter Pan, ever since that day.
yeah, it's part of the chorus, so I'm just playing it.
I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with
after reality. It gets confusing on which part is mine, which part is Will's, because they're the exact same, just it alternates.
They say to me, away from all of reality.
And then it goes in the first one, Will's,
Lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free.
and mine. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. But it's
He sprinkled me in pixie dust and told me.
because in the first one,
Mhm.
it's Will's then mine, but in the second one it's mine then Will's, because right after Will's I have a part, and then
Yeah.
right after mine here I have a part. I mean, Will has a part. So I did put it like so it went Will, me, Will, or me, Will, me.
Mhm.
So, but it's confusing because it's the exact same verse, just or line repeated. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of hard to differentiate, even though it's color coded.
Yeah. So let me try to think of a way. So part of that might just be getting used to it, right? Repetition of doing it a couple times and getting used to it. What I would recommend are two things. The first thing I think is when you're practicing this on your own, to purposely stop singing whenever Will's blue lines come up. And just listen to the recording, right? So you get used to stopping singing.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like,
Mhm.
specifically with those parts and with the Peter Pan Tinkerbell when, yeah, that part,
Mhm.
those two, it's hard for me to stop because I know I have a one part of it, like, and then it repeats and Will has a part of it. So it's just hard to like remember that it's not like
Yeah. Do
that.
you think that an additional visual on the document might help?
Maybe.
So I'm thinking maybe of adding like even if there's like a little picture of like a little thumbnail picture of your face next to where you're about to sing. I know it sounds very silly, right? But it could be a good reminder of, ah, there I am. I'm going to sing it. Because again, color coding is definitely helpful, but when you're in
Yeah.
the moment, sometimes you need an additional visual. Like musicians will write for example, classical musicians will often draw a pair of glasses in sections where they're supposed to watch the conductor, right? So they have
Yeah.
that picture visual that helps them. Okay, they're like, oh, I got to remember this part, right?
Yeah.
So you could either maybe you could put in a pair of glasses that'll remind you, like, watch out for this section, something tricky's coming,
Right.
right?
Right.
So since it is an internet, like a document online,
Yeah.
a Google Doc, you'll probably have to insert like some kind of image.
Yeah.
But maybe think of something like that that'll get your attention ahead of time
Yeah.
to kind of, all right, here's the part where I need to focus in. And I would add the visual and I would practice with the recording on your own, leaving out the parts where Will sings.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. Sometimes things like this are just kind of tricky at first, and you just got to get
Yeah.
used to it. It's important though that if it's tricky at first, not to like beat yourself up if you
Yeah.
make a mistake, because the more we do that to ourselves, the more flustered we get, and then it's harder to focus.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know? Mhm.
I got the idea for the alternating from when we did Somewhere Only We Know from day sessions.
I honestly love the alternating. I love that. I love the way you set up these alternating sections. To be honest, I think it's really cool that it changes from one verse to the next.
Yeah.
So another way to think of it is, let me take a look really quick. So it happens here, reality. It happens there. I think it happens
There's
3
also,
times, right? So we have 3 times that this
but also there's a bigger part. Hold on, let me find it. On here as well. This part. Tinkerbell, Wendy, darling. It's alternating like the same exact thing again, but it's longer. And I love you so, you are now my home, sweet home forever, a lost boy at last. And then often I'd have to stop myself because I start singing. Wendy, darling.
yeah.
Neverland, I love you so, you are not my
So what I'd like to do now, let's run through it once, and with you pausing, not pausing the music, but
Yeah.
you're gonna stop singing when Will's parts happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that first, and then we'll talk about some way to indicate in the music, because I have another idea that might work well.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just try and pull it up.
Work.
Okay, a full sing through?
Yeah, let's do a full sing through, and then I want us to go into the document and maybe put some either visuals in or like underlining of parts so
Just
that
the red and gold though.
sorry?
Just red and gold though, so
Yeah, so you're just gonna sing the red and gold parts.
okay.
Yeah.
There was a time when I was alone, nowhere to go and no place to call home. My only friend was the man in the moon, and even sometimes he would go away too. Then one night as I closed my eyes, I saw a shadow flying high. He came to me with the sweetest smile, told me he wanted to talk for a while. He said, Peter Pan, that's what they call me. Promise that you'll never be lonely. Ever since that day, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored, we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me, away from all of reality. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. He sprinkled me in pixie dust and told me to believe in him and believe in me. Together we will fly away in a cloud of green to your beautiful destiny. As we soared above the town that never loved me, I realized I finally had a family. Soon enough we reached Neverland. Peacefully my feet hit the sand, and ever since that day, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored, we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me. Away from all of reality. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. Peter Pan, Tinker Bell, Wendy, darling, even Captain Hook, you are my perfect storybook. Neverland, I love you so, you are now my home, sweet home forever. A lost boy at last. Peter Pan, Tinker Bell, Wendy, darling, even Captain Hook, you are my perfect storybook. Neverland, I love you so, you are now my home, sweet home forever. A lost boy at last. And for always I will say, I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. And when we're bored, we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me. Away from all of reality. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free. Neverland is home to lost boys like me, and lost boys like me are free.
Steven, I think you did a great job of singing when you're supposed to sing. I think
It always
honestly,
happens when I'm least expecting it.
what? Oh, but to come in?
Yeah, like when I don't stop. It always happens when I'm not expecting it.
Yeah, and I think that's also a part of it's a skill that musicians need to have that I think we don't talk about very much, right? Not necessarily just you and I, but in general, right?
Right.
I think performing and music takes a level of focus, right? Especially when we are resting, right? So
Yeah.
that's why entrances in general can be hard
Yeah.
because entrances come out of silence, right? They come out of us not singing.
Right.
So
Right.
sometimes those things it can be really difficult to keep that focus going when
Yeah.
we're actively singing, right? So another way to practice it is to make sure or remind yourself to really actively listen and follow along when you're not
Yeah.
singing, which honestly you did a really good job of just now. Like how long have you been singing how long have you been singing this version with this division of lyrics?
When did I make the lyric sheet? When did I send it to you? I think I
I
sent
don't
it.
think it was very long. I think it was like a week ago.
So I know I had it for probably about 3 or 4 weeks, and then I sent it to you last week.
Yeah, so it's still pretty new, right? I'm sure you have other things to do or
Yeah.
you're not always rehearsing this song. So I think that it's just going
Right.
to take some repetition, right? So when you practice this song at
Yeah.
home, I
Oh,
want you to try. Did you have a question?
I was gonna say I previewed to the Trimedia listeners, like for me and Will's radio show.
hmm
There was a day we were not able to go live, but we pre-recorded and we played Lost Boy as like a preview for S&W. We didn't sing it, but we played it.
Oh, that's a really cool idea.
And I believe uh that was on the 16th.
Super cool.
The 16th is when we announced to S&W and Trimedia that this was going to be a song.
Very cool. That's a
Mm.
really great idea.
But also, this past Saturday when we were live, we performed. Oh, which one was it? big time for our listeners.
Cool.
From
That's
Better Nate Than Ever.
very cool.
So yeah, that
Nice.
was that was like kind of like the telethon where we were doing it live, but like audio only, not video and audio.
Yeah, that's super cool. So, in rehearsing this song, here's where I'd like you to start for this week. Okay.
Okay.
So, what I want you to do is at least once a day, I want you to sing along with the track, following the lyrics.
I've done that I've done that currently, like morning and evening.
Perfect. So,
And
morning.
I didn't ask you Apple Watch.
Technology's talking.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I was doing it before school, after school, and if I would get a break during school.
Wow, good for you. Good for you. So, here's what I want you to try this week. Okay.
Okay.
You know how when you're singing with Will or another singer,
Yeah.
your focus is on yourself, but
Yeah.
a little bit more on the other singer,
Right.
right? So you're practicing that really active listening.
Yeah.
When you practice this song this week, I want
Yeah.
you to pretend like the track is Will.
Yeah.
And when you're not singing, I want you to really listen to the track. Like
Yeah.
spend more energy listening during the blue sections than on when you're singing the red.
Yeah.
Just an exercise. And similarly, when you're singing the gold section, see if you can also listen to the recording.
Yeah.
You know, that
Mhm.
way you get it in your kind of muscle memory, your brain's muscle memory of when you're going to be actively listening.
Yeah.
And it'll help you if you're actively listening throughout Will's parts. You'll know when to enter. So
Yeah.
this week, I want you to focus on that. And then we can go from there, adding in different like visuals and additional things into the document. What do you think about that?
Okay. Yeah.
Like a good plan?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. I think there was one other thing I wanted to mention, but now my brain went to sleep. Let me think. I do really like the song in your voice. Oh, okay, here's the other thing. Additional challenge. If you have the chance to do this, at some point during the week before our next lesson together, I
Yeah.
want you to, even though it's a new song, right? There's going to be mistakes.
Right.
Who cares, right? I want you to record a mock performance, a video
Yeah.
mock performance, and I want you to send it to me.
Okay.
Okay? So
Yeah.
if you singing along with the recording, pretending the recording is Will.
Yeah.
Even if you even have like a sock puppet to be Will next to you.
Should it be before the next SNW practice or before the next week?
Before our next lesson, whenever you have time to do
Okay.
it.
Because the next SNW thing is in 2 weeks.
Yeah, let's do it before our next lesson.
Got it.
Yeah, because another thing that's important when we're rehearsing with other people
Yeah.
is that everyone makes mistakes, right? So
Right.
knowing our own part really well will
Yeah.
help us if the person we're performing with happens to make a mistake. And that goes for
Right.
any performance. So whenever we're performing with someone else, even more than when we're performing by ourselves, we
Yeah.
want to make sure we know our part like super solid.
Yeah.
So knowing when, it's almost like you have to know Will's sections just as well as you know your own when they happen. Yeah. That happens a lot in, for example, when I was performing in operas. If I was performing and I knew my entrance was after someone else's line, but
Yeah.
if I forgot to sing the line, I still had to come in on time, right?
Right.
So this week, spend some time with the song in this new way.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to do beautifully.
Yeah.
You already have learned it really well. I'm very impressed.
Thanks.
I really am.
Um.
Hmm.
And I was gonna say something. Oh. Is this the first time you've really taught people songs, like more than one person, for a YouTube channel?
Never for a YouTube channel.
Hmm. What do you think of all like the recording and stuff for like the behind the scenes stuff?
I think it is super cool. And I think it's a super cool thing to show viewers that people
Yeah.
don't normally get to see what a recording studio is like.
Right.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, Steven. So do you feel like you know what to do for next week?
Yeah.
Very cool. I'll also send an email to remind you, okay?
Yeah.
And I might also have a question about where the graphics for the Able Day. So we're finishing editing the Able Day session.
Hold on.
videos.
Before you finish that thought, I'm gonna exit out of the S&W recording.
Sure.
And this has been S&W behind the scenes look at learning a song for a video. You'll probably catch Lost Boy, I don't know when, but it will be on YouTube and Facebook and maybe Twitch. I don't know.
When it's ready.
Well, yeah, when it's ready.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Will, and I mean, thank you to Rachel for being on screen. And we'll see you in our next video.